She had to have a granny fill the role her folks couldn't take up, 'cause they didn't have the time. She taught her all about religion, introduced her to the sublime. Despite her shyness and ambivalence towards religion, God still used her and helped her navigate the world of relationships that confused her. People came up to her and flocked for the opportunity to be friends with her. She was a teacher's pet, that ain't something she regrets. In fact, she cherishes the memories playing back in her head, sweet melodies. All her instructors adored her poetry, so did her school chums. She never played dumb like she didn't write them, delighting in the fire that ignited in them. Watching the dancing tongues twisting and spiraling like fireflies sucked up into a vortex, disappearing just behind the sun. She didn't have any secrets from anyone. Her diary was common knowledge. If you tested her buddies on anything about her, guarantee they'd graduate that college with flying colours, 'cause she spared no detail. A private life didn't exist, everything was public. Was their eyes her motive to persist? Accidentally famous, never on purpose. The most talked about, chalked up bundle of nervousness. God opened up the door of friendship when she couldn't do it herself. She gives the credit to her maker, who never leaves or forsakes her. Not some helpful magic elf from mushrooms-induced dream world. She would sing Na'at, otherwise known as him. Her eyes were on heaven, her view of the world grew strangely dim. All she was focused on for that momentous occasion was his glory and grace. Nothing got lost in translation. She sought her Saviour's face, and he came through every time. He only saw glory in her, never dirt and grime. She wasn't a social climber, but like a flower, she attracted those butterflies, capturing a little more of their attention with every waking hour. Books she would devour like a hungry caterpillar does lettuce leaves. She learned to cleave to her muse, seeing it as a gift, not a noose. A wild adventurous moose, and offer her caboose simply couldn't refuse a chance to cut loose in the realm of fantasy. Her cutlass to deal with the encroaching weeds of adult responsibility, choking life out at her sapling self. Nothing pulled her eyes off that divine wealth. She spoke English, Hindu and Urdu. She learned how to sew, paint and cook stew. She did history, civics and geography. She was a picture of innocent photography. She did physics, chemistry and biology. She may have moulded lumpy clay heads, but didn't put an ounce of faith in phrenology. She studied politics and medicine as well. She learned how to cure the sick with God's help, not conduct magic spells. She cut up a cockroach which at first made her moan. Her friends ripped the wings while she snipped its legs. This horrendous ordeal wasn't one she was forced to endure on her own. Her paper plane refused to fly without company. Was it because she made her legs sore wearing a patch in the carpet, begging God's mercy like a proposing groom down on bended knee? She's got an excellent vocabulary en route to fulfilling her university degree. She follows Christ's decrees. She's skilled with recipes and setting the minds at ease of her contemporaries. Unlike Dorian Gray, she can't stand to see the sight of her own face. It makes her kind of squeamish. Though her tears stream, she endures the compliments, though they may get her steamed up like a kettle. Her heart is made of flesh, not of heavy metal. This pretty petal may play an organ with foot pedal. She only wants God's best for her. She refuses to settle for second-rate options. Only throws her confetti and shows her spaghetti-making skills to the boy. Omega's eyes are filled to bits to see her kick it with. She conquers her fears. She's always sincere. She makes snowmen and ladies out of the rain clouds, frozen tears. She's often judged by an audience of invisible peers. She doesn't think it queer to have them peeking within the confines of her mind, exclaiming in awe over all her bright ideas. She's light as a feather, she keeps it together, she fights for her family, no matter what the weather. She's cute as a button, not a scrape or a cut on her. Many tried unsuccessfully to pull the wool over her eyes and corner. Donna, guys, if you want, but you'll never triumph in stealing her identity. She epitomizes clarity. She's got a romantic heart. Others have thrown their darts, but they haven't yet convinced her to don her wings and play her heart prematurely. She was stuck in the memory of a guy who never knew how good he had it with her till she'd slipped at his fingers. He was claimed by another lady. Their friendship is more than just picture frames, but it takes a Herculean effort to convince feuding families to quit bickering, and some never will, but for divine intervention, Jehovah helps her conquer fear and apprehension. She could beam you with her colourful words straight to the next dimension. She's a rainbow sword slicing through your expectations, bringing happiness and light everywhere she goes, with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. She's an exquisite rose who only uses her thorns for self-defense, battling against all that's reprehensible in this world. She transforms her visions into delight. On canvas, she isn't frightened to pull her heart out her chest and display it like an art exhibit for all the world to see. She's the portrait of a lady with impeccable manners to match. It's a wonder that this angel hasn't gotten snatched up yet. She's got a whole batch of amazing designs which any company would be crazy not to net. Does she fret or work herself up into a sweat over exam? Will she ever be pushing a pram? Does she store mango, pickle and jam jars? The great I Am watches over her clover-like life, just as he does the grains of sand, sparrows and stars. He sees beauty in her emotional scars. He knows the number of hairs on her head. Whether she wrestled with lice or a suitable dandruff shampoo that did the job its label claimed to accomplish, instead of being absolutely rubbish. I'm proud to have acted as her accomplice in sending out beautiful creations into the world, inspired by heaven's insight. A bee in my bonnet that just might get under my skin if I let her linger long enough in my life, constricted like a boa till she chewed a brand new slice that was just a feathery imitation draped across the back of her nimble neck. She doesn't have the inclination to seek inspiration from a thimble full of dewdrops. Does she discover fumigation in her meditation? Does it work as medication for her tranquility-inducing spirit? Does she see a message hailing from celestial origins in the world all around her? Does it speak of something or indeed someone bigger than the both of us, who made the universe with his own breath, who encapsulates the very essence of merriment, who has her spirit in rapture, who redeemed I who was once held captive by hell? If she fell down from yonder puppy-coated headless dog tail and limbed cirrus lamb's might she light the lamp for me when my pathway becomes darkened? Could I hold it out for her play the role of friends when brothers are easier to trust than lovers. But God, unlike humans, is always capable of maintaining loyalty. Though we may fluctuate in our willingness to express fidelity towards Him, we can often be found slightly slow on the uptake when it comes to spiritual issues, found more concerned with matters of the heart as they relate to connections between earthlings. She served her time soul-searching, seeking a beauty and fulfillment she cannot find existing within herself. There is a longing only God can satisfy. The arms of a strong-armed guy will never be thick and muscly enough to completely eradicate her cravings for something beyond divinely crafted vessels, scaled down models of himself, but of human clay. Built of human clay. It's easier said than done to trust and obey. When within your heart there is this tendency to stray. Be known as the one who remains faithful to Jesus until your dying day. She lives in a country where people run the risk of laying down their lives for the privilege earned when Elohim lifts up a crown of righteousness and places it solely upon their heads. Made holy by His blood alone, He atones for our sins. So if we ask forgiveness, we need not worry about where we've been, but only our glorious future in Him. Yes, it's true, you can definitely emerge victorious, though the battle rages on and the onslaught's constant. Don't you know just how hard He fought to own your heart? To lose that intimate bond you found since the day you responded to the promptings of His gentle whisper tugging on at its strings would be the greatest tragedy to ever swoop upon mankind like an eagle does a mouse, snatching it from its sweet-filled companions. How close will we allow ourselves to come to the jaws of the dragon before it drags us through death's door, kicking and screaming, taking a licking from our own belts? Unless we pull up our bootstraps, we're gonna perish in the trap of Gehenna. Decorate in henna ink on your skin exactly what you think. Please don't become hoodwinked by the enemy. Moncherie, cling tight to the bringer of hope and life.